Hello and welcome to the second episode of Social Soda's Digital Era Diaries. If you're new to our podcast, this is the place where we share the latest social media news, insights, tips, and strategies to maximize your social media presence. I'm your host, Chloe Luper, and I'm also the owner of Social Soda, a social media agency based in Cumbria. In this session, I'll be exploring the latest Instagram updates and features that you need to know about as business owners and marketers. We've got some new best practices for Instagram Reels, which have come straight from Instagram themselves. We'll go into why Instagram is updating its insights and how the platform is really prioritizing direct messages. Finally, I'll talk about the Federal Trade Commission's ruling on social evidence for brands and what that means for you. Let's start with some of the changes that are coming to Reels, which isn't surprising given that 50% of time spent on Instagram is on Reels. This is a feature that will keep on developing and evolving as time goes on. Firstly, they are allowing multiple collaborators on Instagram Reels. Collaborators is a feature that allows you to collaborate with another brand or person on a post. If you add them or invite them as a collaborator, then the post will be shown on both of your profile grids, and both of you can see all of the comments and engagement that you get on the post. The main benefit is that you get exposure to each other's audiences, which will really help grow your following too. This had been limited to just one collaborator for Reels, and now we're going up to 5 collaborators, which is definitely going to help with reach and engagement even more. Plus, you can add collaborators after you've posted a Reel. So if you have some Reel content that might work for this, it would definitely be worth going back through and inviting a collaborator to see if you could get some new reach on that piece of content. Also, a new browsing experience is coming to Instagram templates, where you can browse, save, and discover templates that are organized by categories based on recommended templates and trending templates. They will also give you some inspiration with examples that other people have used. And the great thing about this is when you use those templates, if the creator has used nice transitions, different types of timing that you particularly like, it automatically applies it to your clips. So you don't have to do any fancy editing, you just need to load your content into that template. You can add song lyrics to your Reels now, and that's something you can do to enhance your storytelling or really emphasize the emotion of your video. You can customize how those lyrics look and choose things like font style and positioning exactly like you can with captions. Finally, you can add up to 20 different audio tracks to your Reels content, and that could be a mix of songs and effects all in the same Reel. Now let's talk about some best practices for Reels. Instagram has come out and given some top tips, which I'll run through now. Some of these might not be too surprising, but there are a few interesting ones to take note of. So here we go. Number 1. Use a hook in the first 3 seconds of your Reel to help stop the scroll and get people interested. Number 2. If you want your content to be recommended more often, make it between 30 and 60 seconds long. If you're someone that tends to make 90-second content, try and make it within 30 and 60 seconds. See if it makes a difference to your results. Number 3. Use trending and relevant hashtags. Number 4. Use trending audio. Number 5, make sure you upload high-res, high-quality content to create your Reels. So make sure that it's not blurred or poorly lit. Number 6, Instagram have said that users who post 10 Reels per month or more are seeing the most steady organic growth. Moving on to Instagram carousels. And Instagram has been testing adding more capability for carousels. And we can now add up to 20 photos and videos to a single carousel. Previously, you were limited to 10 slides. So this will really be brilliant if you post expert tip carousels for your business. You can really pack in all of the information that you want across the 20 slides. Next up, and this is a really huge change, Instagram is trialing a new vertical profile grid layout. So the new layout will see all images displayed in a 4:5 portrait mode. Some users are already seeing changes to their grids, and the reason they are testing this format is to help find a midway balance between traditional square images and 9:16 vertical reels. The downside of this update, if it does get rolled out, is that if you have text to the left or right edge of your current square image, it will get cut off. If your face or any object is to the left or the right of the image, then that also will partially be cut off. So as of now, this is just a test and it may not permanently roll out. So at this point, just consider what your images and thumbnails would look like outside of the square crop. If you really want to prepare, just in case this does become a permanent change, keep your images as a square and structure your text and objects of focus to fit in the center of the image. That will ensure that whatever the outcome, whoever is viewing it now sees it in the best possible orientation and layout. Now let's discuss how Instagram Insights are changing and why direct messaging is becoming one of the most important metrics of your content. What was called impressions for feed posts like photos, carousels, and stories will now be called views. And what was called plays for reels will also be called views. So you'll have exactly the same metric for every Instagram content type going forward. Views will be the total number of times your post was seen, and this should be higher than your reach. Reach will continue to be the number of people who saw the post, and some people will see your post or watch your video more than once, giving higher views than reach. Interestingly, the head of Instagram, Adam Mosseri, has said, if you want to see how your content is doing, look at views, reach, and sends per reach. Sends per reach measures how often a post is shared via direct message or DM relative to its total viewers. Instagram now considers sends per reach a crucial metric for ranking content, as it really wants to be a platform where users consume content, share it with friends, and fostering this sense of community. If you've noticed that your reach has been declining, try and encourage your fans to share your posts and reels to really improve both your reach and your engagement. Think about creating infographics, memes, quote graphics, educational content, or reels that really resonate with your audience, enough to encourage them to tap that share button. I want to expand a bit further on direct messaging here because Instagram really is making this the main focus of the app. There are rumors that they are actually testing moving the direct messaging icon, so the little paper aeroplane, and instead of being hidden in the upper right corner on one tab, it will be right in the middle at the bottom of the app to really encourage people to direct message each other. We know that Instagram's goal is to connect people through messaging, and specifically through the sharing of content to friends and contacts through their direct messaging system. So moving that icon would make a lot of sense. Finally, let's talk about the new Federal Trade Commission ruling on social evidence for brands and what you need to know. So you can't post or use reviews that aren't real, or from someone who doesn't actually exist, or if they've been written by AI. You can't pay for reviews or provide incentives to leave reviews. So you can't offer free things to encourage people to leave a review. If an employee of a company is leaving a review, they have to disclose that they are a representative of that company. And a company can't write reviews about another company it owns without disclosing it. You can't use threats or intimidation to prevent or retract a review. You can't buy followers or engagement on a social profile that you use to make money. Really pay attention to that last one. All of those points matter, but now on social media, paying for followers and engagement is punishable and it's enforceable. If you want to find out more about us at Social Soda, we're on Instagram with the handle Social Soda UK, or you can go to our website, which is socialsoda.co.uk. I hope you've enjoyed this episode of our podcast, and we'll see you next time on Social Soda's Digital Era Diaries.